It's the year 2000, a new millennium, and the world hadn't just ended at the stroke of midnight like many people thought it would. Destiny's Child were topping the charts, video games were still fun, and on the other side of the pond, a group of friends had just discovered a brand new career path. Beating the shit out of each other for money. I am of course talking about Jackass. Jackass was the beginning of a cultural movement. How far would people go in the name of entertainment? Well, nowadays you only need to open up TikTok or Instagram to see that this question is still being asked, but I don't think it was ever as fun as when Jackass did it. The show saw the Jackass crew do various dangerous stunts to each other, playing pranks on an unsuspecting public, and there was even one segment that featured Chris Pontius drinking horse spunk. Listen, I'm not saying Jackass was high art, I mean, like horse jizz, Jackass was actually an acquired taste. But despite the many critics of the show, Jackass was a huge success. It spawned 4 movies, multiple spin-off shows and merch, and made all of us ask ourselves, did Ryan Dunn keep that toy car after he put it up his bum? Rest in peace, King.
Maybe you stuck it up your ass.
After the show's initial run, the Jackass crew went one further and gave teenagers everywhere their own chance at breaking some bones, all within the comforts of their own home. Jackass the game. No way, what? So now we can play out our favourite stunts all from the safety of our cosy little gamer chairs? Well, yeah, if your favourite stunt just so happens to be playing a poorly made game with terrible controls with almost none of the charm that made the source material so damn fun, be my guest. Jackass the game was released in 2007 and was developed by Pickpock for the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation Portable. The game sees the player take up the mantle of the show's director, Jeff Tremaine. After Jeff accidentally
sprained his vagina in the process
and is hospitalized, the crew calls upon the player to step up and fill his role. The player's goal is to collect the best footage from up to 36 different stunts throughout the game to create an all-new season of Jackass for MTV. All the stunts have a minimum requirement for content before MTV will approve an episode for broadcast, and these requirements are broken up into specific objectives for each stunt. Stunts like, drumroll please, Pachinko. What? So this is the game's first playable minigame. Here you have to throw yourself off a small cliff and with ragdoll physics manipulate your body to break as many bones as you can before hurling yourself into a massive pond. Now, I won't lie, this one was kind of fun. Once you get used to the weird control system of just shimmying Steve-O left and right, it's basically just a lot of shimmying. This is definitely a shimmy game. Poo Tug is exactly what it says on the tin. It's just tug of war, but with the losing side being thrown into a pool of sewage. Poo! But Party Boy is the moment I was waiting for. A fan favourite amongst viewers of the show, Party Boy skits of dancing around in a thong in front of a fairly conservative Japanese audience are now iconic. And if you want some early noughties nostalgia, this is about as good as it gets. But the minigame? I didn't know what to expect. And in hindsight, I should have seen it coming. Right, let's see what the game wants us to do. Get a score of 750, 500 or 250. Oh, wait a minute. It's just going to be a button. Oh, no, don't. It's not even in rhythm. It's not even in rhythm to the music, man. This is so bad. How is this fun for anyone? I'm very upset. I don't know what I was expecting, to be fair. The problem I had with the Party Boy minigame seemed to repeat itself over and over and over again. As I progressed through the game, I noticed that for a game that's only objective is to cause chaos, the chaos never feels chaotic. I realise that might not make sense, but hear me out. In the minigame Big Balls, you have to push opposing crew members off a massive building, but crashing into other players has absolutely no feeling to it. The textures and the movements are pretty much non-existent. I'm not saying I expected PlayStation 5 levels of haptic feedback, but come on. It's not like games of this era weren't capable of really packing a punch, despite the technical limitations of the hardware. State of Emergency is a game that did this really well. The world felt alive, and when you destroyed something or brutally attacked someone, you felt it. It was awful, but you know, in a good way. The control system overall is just really unresponsive, and it makes it nearly impossible to get the stunts right. And compared to the stupid but creative challenges of the show, the game falls flat because of it. One aspect of the game that I really like in theory is the game's director mode. For some reason, this bonus feature was only available on the PSP version though, so thanks for that, Pickpock. The director mode gives players the ability to use saved replays from various stunts and edit the footage however they see fit. Players are given a variety of different camera angles and can edit each replay however they'd like. Personally, as someone who grew up watching Jackass and kind of wanted to be a skater kid who wound up famous for doing stupid stunts, I think the game should have leaned more into the make your own season of Jackass side of the game. In-game editors weren't really a new thing at the time of release. Real-time strategy games like Age of Empires had great editing features. In Age of Empires, you could design a full map without much difficulty and then add triggers to make in-game events happen all in real time. Now imagine a Jackass game where you could have fully designed and customised your own stunts, set up cameras, manage crew, and let the carnage unfold, all without worrying that something was going to get stuck inside your bum. Listen, what can I say? I'm a dreamer. Ultimately though, designing a game that's designed to be messed with so much takes an extraordinary amount of work, and I would think that the majority of customers aren't really interested in creating and playing their own game, especially if they're paying for it.